I'm just about to visit a big 95-foot waterfall, and it's on this Petit-Jean mountain, and people around here keep saying, enjoy the mountain, I hope you enjoy the mountain, and then I'm looking around and I'm like, what mountain? What mountain? And it's because I'm from BC, and this mountain is a tiny little hill compared to what I'm used to in terms of real mountains, but it's still going to be nice to see this cute little waterfall. Yeah, I'd say there's definitely a canyon here, pretty deep. It's not like Canyon de Chelly or anything like that, but it's a green canyon. I'm going to show you a little bit of this waterfall and the gorge all around it. So I'm in a really cute little town called Hot Springs, Arizona. Hot Springs National Park is here. I won't be visiting the park. I'm actually going to visit a bathhouse and sit in some beautiful mineral water. And I just want to say that Arkansas, it's gorgeous. Like green, rural, beautiful forested hillsides everywhere, just lush. And it's interesting. I just want to admit that because it's a red state, I have found myself looking for reasons to feel afraid here, looking for reasons to hate the place. But it's actually really, really pretty. Isn't that funny how we do that? We're kind of like predisposed based on like politics to hate a place. And I find that really interesting. I find that really interesting how we decide in advance. But yes, it is beautiful. And this little hot springs town is amazing. There's a whole row of bathhouses. This was like the place to go to treat any kind of condition. And a lot of them are actually kind of run down and abandoned with broken windows. And it just feels super like old school and a little bit creepy, but like awesome in an awesome way. I'm gonna go hit one of these bathhouses right now. Yeah, so I just had the privilege of a short massage session and sitting in these beautiful mineral baths. My body feels loosened up and very grateful. It's a whole row, like I said, of these bathhouses where they pump up the thermal water, the mineral-filled thermal water from the ground, and they pump it up into these indoor baths, and then they make people pay. And pretty much nowhere in Hot Springs, Arkansas, can you find an actual hot spring in the forest where you're allowed to go in for free. Totally human nature, right? Let's make the people pay for it, because they will. But it's a really beautiful, like old, weird little town. There's so many abandoned hotels and abandoned sanatoriums. Behind me is this gigantic, like, sanatorium kind of mental health Army and Navy hospital. It's been in so many different iterations, and it's all abandoned and empty and haunted. I want to go in so bad. The Army and Navy hospital. Yeah, I can't go in. I don't have time to spend as much money and energy as I would like to in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Something to return to later, maybe someday. Come for a few days or a week. So, no guff, I found out that in these parts of the world they pronounce it Petit Jean. But it is French and it's Petit Jean. And it is based on this awesome legend I'm going to read to you right now. According to local legend, during the 18th century, a French nobleman named Chavet was granted an expedition to explore uncharted regions of the New World, soon to be named Arkansas, I guess. Adrienne Dumont, Chavet's beautiful fiancée, tried to convince him to allow her to join him on this quest. Knowing the hardship and danger of the journey, and that with rare exceptions women were not permitted to board ships, Chavet refused. Undaunted, Adrienne came up with a daring plan. She would disguise herself as a young man and attempt to work as a ship hand. She cut her hair, went in disguise, and landed a post as the ship's cabin boy. Kind of cute, little cross-dressing cabin boy. Her fellow sailors liked the quiet little cabin boy, I bet they did, and gave him the name Petit Jean for Little John. Petit Jean kept to herself, and her true identity remained a secret. Not even Chavet recognized her. Chavet's ship crossed the Atlantic Ocean and eventually made the journey up the Mississippi River, and then further into the wilderness up the Arkansas River. The crew arrived at the foot of this mountain and was welcomed by the American Indians to stay for the summer. As autumn drew near, the ship's crew prepared to continue their journey. Petit Jean suddenly became gravely ill with fever. While she was in a helpless state, her attendants discovered that Petit Jean was a woman. Shortly thereafter, Chavet discovered that the woman was none other than his beloved fiancée. Oh, star-crossed lovers! Petit Jean asked Chavet to forgive her for the deception. During their brief reunion, her condition grew worse. Her final request, knowing that death was near, was to be buried high upon the beautiful point of this mountain overlooking the river. Chavet and the ship's crew buried Petit Jean here and named the mountain in memory of her. Legend has it that the spirit of Petit Jean hovers over the mountain, giving it an air of strange enchantment. I love that story. Okay, here's a picture of the little cabin boy. How cute is that? Makes me really glad that I visited this area of Arkansas. Not to mention that it's beautiful and green. I'm feeling pretty grateful to be outside again. I've noticed a fluctuation when I'm staying indoors, even though it's nice to have a comfortable bed and I get to buddy up with some pretty cute animals and have all the amenities like a kitchen and everything. That during those weeks there's like a slowing down in my system, like flattening in my system. And when I'm on the road and I'm just making camp and going here and there and outside in nature, I feel 10 zillion times better in general. So I guess it's not that I'm really a daredevil kind of adventurer, but I think I like to stay on the move a bit. I like to move the energy, you know, and I love to be outside. So, life learnings.